The Ninmenju in Japan and the Jinmenju in China translates as human face tree. They grow mostly in the mountains and in the valleys of Southeast Asia. The Ninmenju is a strange tree which bears flowers looking like human heads. These heads cannot speak, but they do smile and can even laugh. In the autumn, they bear face-shaped fruit which tastes sweet and sour, in their natural form. A Jinmenju's head or fruits, which sag from the branches and look entirely too heavy for the short stringy vines they hang from, resemble dark brown melons with vaguely humanoid facial features. A Jinmenju can alter these head fruits to resemble virtually any form, making the rotting melons attractive or at least intriguing to potential prey. Using its ability to delve into nearby creatures' memories, a Jinmenju simulates the appearance of whichever creature or fruit will draw prey within range of its branches, which it uses to pummel enraptured creatures to unconsciousness before devouring them. A Jinmenju's head fruit retains a magical connection to the tree that bore it, so even after it is lopped from its branch, a transformed melon still bears the likeness chosen by the Jinmenju, though the tree's compulsion effects remain distinctly tied to the tree itself. Like mandrakes, the Jinmenju can even produce sounds. Unlike the deadly screams of mandrakes, however, Jinmenju fruits tend toward laughter, sometimes, if ripe enough, laughing themselves off the tree. The fruit are, technically, edible, however most do not partake, finding the laughter of the fruit quite unnerving. Jinmenju fruit, when dried, ceases to laugh, and is used in some wicks in granola bars. There are also a few recipes which call for stewed Jinmenju fruit, which apparently also halts the laughter. The chopped leaves and crushed seeds of the Jinmenju tree are used some antidepressant potions, although their effectiveness seems to vary. Stories of the trees have led herbologists to believe them to have originated in Persia and Egypt, where no specimens yet survive, and then to have moved to China by way of seeds being traded via the Silk Road. Jinmenju still grow wild in some remote valleys in China, but are more common in the far corners of some Japanese families' gardens, where the laughter becomes muted enough that from the house it does not sound so unnerving.
A Jinmenju's head fruits are covered in a thick skin that is easy to bite into, with an outmost layer similar in texture to that of a lumpy peach. Whenever potential prey nears a Jinmenju, it wills its fruit to prematurely begin the rotting process. In addition to enticing its prey with hallucinations, a Jinmenju can instantly ferment its head fruits, emitting a sweet, intoxicating odor that lures creatures to the tree and captivates them. Those who have tasted a head fruit and lived to tell of the experience claim that the fruit's flesh has a mushy consistency that makes it hard to hold in one's hands, and as it slips from one's grip, the world seems to melt away as well. Jinmenjus are remarkably intelligent and versatile plants, and can augment their illusions by creating sounds to further convince creatures that the false images they are seeing are real as they near the tree's head fruits. By making minute alterations to the structure of its dense but flexible bark, a Jinmenju can produce a series of cracks, shudders, and pops that can be combined to imitate almost any sound, including a creature's voice or bursts of noise capable of damaging and deafening the tree's enemies. While a Jinmenju can communicate in the common language of those it most often encounters, it rarely does so unless it has been given a suitable gift or is forced to speak by some other means. The Ninmenju is an example of folklore that has traveled over great time and distance to become what it is. Ninmenju first appears in Japan in the Edo period encyclopedia Wakan Sansai Zoo, which documents animals, plants, and yōkai from both inside and outside of Japan. The description is paraphrased from the Sansai tuhui, a Chinese encyclopedia published in 1609. Sansai tuhui describes Ninmenju as originating in the foreign land of Daishi-koku, Dashi-guo. Daishi was the Japanese pronunciation of the Ming Chinese name for the Islamic world, which came from the Persian word Tāzī. Tāzī was the Persian word for Muslims, derived from the Tayy, an Arabic tribe which flourished under the Abbasid Caliphate. The wak tree of Islamic folklore is very similar to the Ninmenju. This tree was described as bearing fruit shaped like humans and animals. The fruit could speak, but would die a few days after being picked. These trees grew on the mythical island of Wak in the land of Zanj, an area in Africa near present-day Zanzibar. Legend has it that Alexander the Great had his death foretold by one of these trees. The wak tree may be the same tree from Daishi-koku that the Sansai tuhui refers to. Through trade between Ming China along the Silk Road, it is possible that this Arabic myth is the model for what eventually became the Ninmenju. Jinmenjus are found primarily in hilly and mountainous regions, far from any civilization whose residents might seek to put an end to such a deceptive and ravenous creature. Eternally patient, Jinmenjus usually reside in the same spot for hundreds of years, only changing locales if their current location runs out of food for an extended period of time. If a person laughs at the tree, the head-shaped flowers will laugh back at that person. If they laugh too strongly, the heads will wilt and fall off the trees. While most Jinmenjus are simply hungry predators that have no interest in interacting with other intelligent creatures, some will communicate with others if given payment in the form of food, though many Jinmenjus also desire particular magical or mundane objects they have learned of while scanning their target's memories throughout the years. Once it has been befriended, a Jinmenju may provide creatures with some of its vast wealth of acquired memories, though such a relationship is tenuous in the extreme, and only the most hardy creatures can withstand a Jinmenju's magic long enough to provide the tree with an offering and ask for its knowledge. Brave or foolhardy adventurers seeking knowledge of their ancestors or perhaps lost loved ones may seek a Jinmenju, hoping its expansive collection of memories might contain clues or information about the person they seek. Even if such folk do manage to convince the fickle tree to share some enlightening memory, they are often heartbroken when the Jinmenju callously informs the memory seekers afterward that it killed and devoured their sought-after friend, and so those who dare seek a Jinmenju's knowledge should be careful of what questions they ask.